There we go.
There we
And
go.
welcome in to Writing Sprint Thursdays with Hank and Abby, and tuning in from the from
Arctic.
our
Basically.
51st state,
Oh.
Douglas.
You're gonna ignite a thing there. You're gonna ignite a thing there, Hank. I have a degree in political science. I'm ready to throw down. No, this is all about writing. This is all about having fun. And I know Hank jests with me, so it's okay.
Yes, you know, it's not your fault you were born in Canada. For anyone who's just meeting us, this is just what Doug and I do. It's there's no malice there. We're just having fun.
Yeah. Unrelated to our rivalry, I finished The Final Kingdom yesterday, and my first Sanderson book ever. I'm very excited.
Yeah. So, what did you think?
I enjoyed it. Maybe people will be on me for this one. No spoilers, but I mean, it came out 20 years ago or something like that. I was disappointed with how the climax with the villain was resolved. I'll say that in the least spoily way I can. I felt it was a little rushed, and I'm sure something else will be introduced now I'm listening to the second book. But it caught me by surprise that it was resolved the way it was.
Okay, this needs to be a fireside chat.
I think so.
Because, and I'll give you my reasoning, is that Brandon Sanderson is a notorious, detailed outliner. And I would love, we can use The Final Empire as one example, and I would like to come up with another good pantser example. And we should discuss the merits of.
Isn't the one who can never finish his series? Isn't he a pantser? Who is it?
Well, George Martin. Yeah, he's a notorious pantser.
Yeah.
Let's put that on the back burner and turn it up to a hard simmer, because I think that needs to happen soon.
I'll jot it down on my list.
Yeah.
How about we do that in March? That can be our March fireside chat.
Let's do that. NJ says, Abby, do you have a favorite Italian name?
I just answered. My grandmother was Crescia.
Oh, that's a fantastic name.
Yeah.
I think that's a great Italian name.
That's a fantastic name.
That is a great name in general.
Not to brag, but Lynn and her sister Liv Constantine, who write and under the pen name Liv Constantine, or Valerie Constantine, I'm sorry, they write together as Liv Constantine, and they are of Greek origin, and they have made me an honorary Greek because we trade recipes all the time, and I love Mediterranean food. So
that's lovely.
You know,
that's so good.
I'm just saying I've been adopted, so I'm not, as far as I know, of any sort of Mediterranean heritage, but I've been adopted. And I love the name Crescia, by the way. That's fantastic.
I do too. Well, you know, my best friend is Jamaican, and when she makes spaghetti, it's actually linguine, and it drives me nuts every time she calls it spaghetti. Like I can't handle it. And now I think she just does it because she knows it bothers me.
Nothing like a little spite between friends, right?
You know.
All right, our sprint starts in 30 seconds.
30 seconds. So what are you guys working on?
I want to know what y'all are working on.
I'm working my book that I wrote for NaNoWriMo. I am now rewriting that as a short story because now that I've exhausted everything I can, I think it would actually make a fantastic story of about 8,000 words. So I'm just gonna start writing on it and see what happens.
I want to revisit that idea sometime soon. That's cool.
Yeah. All right.
See
y'all in 20.
Bye, everybody.
And that is sprint number 1 finished. I got 601 words. It was a little slow for me, but
Nice.
a lot of thinking time in there. How about y'all?
I didn't count my words.
Yeah.
I guess I could do that. I guess I could have done that. Hang on.
I got
was writing in Dabble.
933.
How many, Doug?
933.
Nice.
A big one. I've been crushing it in these.
Yeah. What project are you working in?
The horror novel. Still carrying on. So Abby, you weren't here yesterday.
No.
Hank, if you're okay with it, I'm going to make our faces big.
Yep,
there we go. You weren't here yesterday, but I decided, kind of spur of the moment, that this manuscript that I'm writing, I would only write in our writing sprints. So that, which, right, very exciting. So I'm hoping by the last Thursday in May to have it done, which means every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I need at least 1,560 words written.
So. Okay. So, I mean, that's 500 words every 20 minutes. That's
definitely
totally
doable
for you. I'm gonna say I'd be sweating it, but
and there are some, as always, there's some words that were just bad, but also I had this moment in here where I was just kind of playing with the voice a little bit, like the narrative voice, where it's third person limited. So, I'm telling it as you normally would, but we're coming up to we're in the inciting incident, and our character has had a very rough day. A very creepy person followed her. She's had a few beers, she just wants to go to bed, right? Her mind's not all there. So the narrative voice drifts into her voice, and she suddenly cuts herself off when she realizes she's speaking out loud. Kind of tough to describe, but when I wrote it, I'm like, that's a cool little experimenty, artsy little thing. And I liked it.
Doug's going for his honorary art degree. Do it, man.
I love little experimental, artsy things, and what's a great place to experiment with stuff like that is in a short story.
I'm telling you, I want you guys to know that I've been thinking about what my short story is going to be, and I'm laying some of it out. And last night I was laying in bed and I was thinking, I don't know, is this middle grade horror? Is this not middle grade horror? I was like, I think there's an element of horror to it. Like if we can call, not the Goonies, I don't know why I'm thinking the Gremlins, like the Gremlins movie.
Yeah.
It's, I think, about as scary as the Gremlins movie.
Okay.
So I'm like, where does that fall on the horror spectrum, Doug? I feel like you're
like it's horror. I consider Gremlins horror. It's it's like horror comedy almost. Yeah.
And comedy can actually make horror more horrific. Because I have this theory about, and I don't write horror, so this is just.
Better give him the link, Hank. Give him the link.
Give him the link. Oh,
I'll do it. I'll do it. Hank, you continue. Okay. I'll get the link.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think that writing horror, that you need moments of levity, whether that's comedy, whether that's some heartwarming scene, something to let the reader's adrenaline come down, because then when you hit them with something horrific again, or scary or gory or whatever, it hits twice as hard because they've allowed themselves to come down. And so I think comedy is a natural hand-in-hand element to horror. I really do. I think they go hand in hand because of that element of allowing them to settle back down, and then when you hit them with that, it's twice as hard.
See, middle grade horror is about as far into horror as I think you're going to be able to get me. So I'm like, this is my step into the door.
The gateway. The gateway.
Yeah. Gateway.
See, I don't like horror, but I love spooky stuff, and the unspoken horror is what I really love. Like the thriller element of it. Is this real? Is it, what? I don't know. I'm really into that sort of stuff, but like the Doug level gore, I'm just not into. So.
We're about to start, but Tatiana's asking if there's any music recommendations. I always go with lo-fi. Lo-Fi Girl on Spotify or YouTube is my go-to. But right now I'm listening to scary, eerie ambient music playlist on on Spotify. So
I'm gonna post a link to my favorite lo-fi writing. Yeah, and we're starting, so I'm just babbling. Here's my playlist if anybody wants to listen along. See you guys in 20. Let me share my screen. Sorry.
This
right.
spooky eerie ambience playlist has some very not spooky eerie stuff on it. I'm kind of disappointed, to be honest. I'm writing like the scariest part of my book so far, and it's like the happy music in the background. So I know this is.
Oh no, never that. I got 841 words that time. Everyone, remember, copy and paste your words out of the sprint into what you're working on, and I copied mine out of that sprint and into the upcoming sprint so that I can keep it all together. And
I got 502.
go, Abby.
It's not
I
bad.
got
girlfriend.
951. Really, next week I want to break 1,000 in one sprint. I'm gonna really push you guys are gonna see me sweating, like my eyes wide open. Just
he's not going to join us after the timer because he's going to push it. He's gonna
right. Yeah. And afterwards he's going to be covered in sweat and his fingers gnarled and
just collapse on my keyboard.
Yeah.
I
have
let's check in on the chat here.
I have arthritis from many exciting endeavors throughout my life, and I feel like that holds me down just below 1,000, but we'll see. Let me put the link for the upcoming sprint so I don't forget this time. There we go.
My old arthritic fingers could never go that fast these days, and that's fine.
You know what?
I know what you did in the last sprint. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. We're all saying things at the same time.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say that I have arthritic fingers because I've lived many lives of adventure, and that's what you get, when you push it to the limits.
Abby, you go ahead. I actually want to build off that in a sec.
Yeah,
go for it.
Your comment about the drum solo from Inagata Davida. I can't get that out of my head now, so thank you for that.
First, Jane saying real life obligations kicking your butt. So my writing sprints today are watching. Finally finish your first draft. Shameless plug done for us. Be sure to hop over to the cafe and take advantage of those 2 free courses over there. I was thinking,
you owe Jane that.
What do you think the rise in arthritis is amongst writers, given that these days some indie authors are writing a book a month rather than like 10 great books in their life? I mean, they're still great books, don't get me wrong, but like authors of old wouldn't write 100 books in their life, right?
Yeah.
Or 100 books for publication in their life.
I can't speak to the arthritis piece, but I can say that my steps have gone severely down since working for Dabble. I think yesterday, like if I break 1,200 steps in a day, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I feel like that's really where it breaks writers, is like maybe we just need to move our bodies a little
stagnation.
Well, yeah. I'm at 2,629 steps for the day, and but it's cold here today, and I
1330.
1330.
Mine's
like as I collected eggs earlier.
You need a cute little poodle that needs to go out and tinkle every couple hours. That's my trick.
My cute little poodle I just open the door and he goes and he comes right back. So because our whole yard is livestock fenced. So
it's fair.
Understood. All right, guys, we've got one more sprint. I shared the link, and after this, we are going to jet out for a couple of minutes and come back for our premium office hours that we hope you will all join us for on this same bat channel, same bat time.
10 minutes after the bat time.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're a premium dabbler, then we have office hours at 2 p.m. Eastern, so about 15 minutes after our sprint today, where all 3 of us will be answering some really good questions. I'm excited for some. And I actually have a surprise one to throw at you all too, if we have the time. So.
All right, 10 seconds, folks. Let's grind out this last 20 minutes.
Doug, you can do 1,000.
Devastating. Absolutely devastating.
Devastating.
978.
How many?
978.
You should have not been talking to us. You should have just kept going, like I said at the buzzer.
I think I'm echoing through someone's microphone.
Yeah, you are. Jeez, so disrespectful. 922.
Excellent.
260.
I need to copy this out before I lose it. Don't forget to do that, everybody. Don't lose your work. Open my Dabble project and
I say pasting that right into Dabble.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh.
So we're going to be back in. I feel like we all just kind of disappeared for a second as we're working on.
Shane here saying, I'm just watching why comparison kills progress. You're making us feel bad, guys. I feel like we've said this a million times, but maybe we haven't said it recently. Don't compare your work to other people's. Compare your progress to your own, right? And that's why I
just said I got 200 words. So like you two are killing it, and I'm like, I got 200. I'm just going to be honest.
If you attend these sprints regularly with us, which I know a lot of people here do, start tracking how many words you're writing every 20 minutes. Like write it down in a notebook or in a spreadsheet or something. This is what Chris Fox recommends in 5,000 words per hour. And you'll see the consistency actually makes you increase the number of words that you can do in a sprint if you're consistent with it. When we started these word sprints, I was doing 550 words in the 20-minute sprints. And 900 seems to be more the norm this week, but it is not usually the norm for me. And I think Hank can attest to that. Normally it's like 700, 800, which is still a lot for some folks.
And also there's something about the camaraderie and the vibe that you're feeding off of, because when I'm doing a writing session of my own and I'm typing and I stop and I think, and I'm typing and I stop and I think, it's nothing like a 20-minute writing sprint, but it can be. But there's just that let your writing be what it is. Find your rhythm that you write well at and you write good words at, and be content with that. And then when we come to a group sprint, rush, turn off that editor brain, get all the words down, go back and deal with it later. They can be separate things. It's okay. It's okay to just let your writing be what it is.
Yeah. And a lot of people are reporting their word count here, and like Electrical saying 864 words today, more thinking today, yesterday. So did better yesterday, but you still got a lot of words down. And it's the repeated action of working out your imagination and your creativity that's going to make you a stronger writer.
Yep.
So yeah, don't compare yourself to us.
Having more words today than you had yesterday is the success metric. No 0 days.
No 0 days. When are we getting swag? I shouldn't ask that. I should know the answer to that because people are asking, but maybe we'll harass Robert in between now and next week.
Yep. And, I always look forward to any opportunity to harass Robert. Guys, we've got to run because we have another show in 10 minutes.
Yeah, if you are a premium dabbler, you'll find the link to that in your inbox, and I'm gonna go post it in the Storycraft Cafe right now so that you can join us.
I'll tell Robert, Jane.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys.